How you doing, guys? It's LSP. It is currently the 9th of March 2018. It's Friday, NFP day, so I'll just be watching the markets. But it's 9:41 in the morning, or 9:41 a.m. GMT. And I just want to quickly go over the weekly results for this week, which should be the 5th. So we're on the 9th now. So the 5th to the 9th. May as well do this now just to kind of get it out of the way. And it was updated 35 minutes ago. So you can see 20% gain. Obviously the account keeps saying this over and over again. The account's really small, but it's just better than seeing the head and shoulders equity curve. So yeah, I mean, what we got here. 25 trades done this week. Average win 15.53 pips. Average loss 12.81. I'll just call it 12 pips. Average loss 12 pips. Average win 15 pips. I mean, these figures don't really amount to much, in the grand scheme of things, at least not now anyway. But I just wanted to keep doing these weekly reviews. Draw down 8%. So draw down 8% for this week and up almost 21% for the week. 6.32, 11.99, and 20. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. But if you look at these numbers here, we sort of not those numbers. These numbers here. We'll just remember 12.81 and 15.53, and then we'll go to the previous week, which would be the 26th to the 3rd, say. So the 26th to the 3rd. I know it's Saturday, but it's fine. Forget the percentages. The percentage is bullshit. So the numbers have changed slightly. Still 15 pips on the average win, give or take. But the average loss was only 7.9 pips. So obviously last week I traded a little bit better last week than I did this week. That's just from last month. I don't think this changes. I think it just keeps like the monthly analytics down there. So far so good. And since we've been doing this, we'll take, and obviously I'll kind of leave it. You can always pause the video and if you want to just quickly check, or you can go to the MyFX book link. It's always there. So we'll do from the 26th, since we started doing the weekly reviews, up to current day, and see what that looks like. I haven't done this yet. This is the first time I'm doing it. So profit £113. It's not bad. It's okay. Average loss gets a little bit better in terms of 2 weeks. So just under 10 pips, and again the average win seems to be stabilizing around 15 pips. And again, we're early days, and it'll be interesting to see what the month will be like, because we're quite early on in the month. We've still got another 3 weeks to go or so. So I'm going to be quite interested to see what the month looks like, as opposed to these kind of full results since inception. But I'm happy with the way that this is going, to be honest. And like I said in the video yesterday, I'm going to be changing things up just a little bit, and trying to minimize the kind of the scalping side of things. I mean, I know I've said over and over again that you guys are obviously aware at this point that I'm a scalper. Anybody that's been watching the videos from start to finish, up to this point, knows that I'm in and out of the market a lot, to be fair. And many times it's completely unnecessary. And I'm going to openly say this. I honestly believe if I wasn't so on point, with the way that I am as a scalper over the years and years and years of doing that type of trading, and getting out of trades, because like jumping up to say like a 0.5 lot or a 1 lot on this account, when you're trading something like the pound Japanese yen, you can get yourself into a lot of trouble. And I think if I wasn't so focused when I scalp, this account may very well have been blown by now. So for me it is a bit of fun, obviously, but that I'm taking it as seriously as I can. But I think the fun aspect or the fun element is kind of creeping in a little bit too much. and I might be taking things just slightly a little bit too far. So I'm going to kind of rein it back in just a little bit. And maybe what might be a good idea, and I'm not sure yet, but maybe just take a couple of days off, and just kind of, during the trading week, not over the weekend, but during the trading week, just take a couple of days off, and just kind of not bother looking at the charts for a couple of days, just to kind of reset a little bit. Because for me, there's no rush with this. I think it's going to be an interesting journey going from sort of like day one right through to whatever day it's going to be. If we get there, or if I get there. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. Things that I'm going to be adjusting. Obviously, we're adjusting things as we go along. But yeah, I mean, a couple of weeks. We'll see what it looks like. At the end of the month, and obviously, we'll go into next week. I'm going to try and kind of change things up a little bit. See if I can catch a nice little runner. And throughout this competition as well, I say competition, but challenge, my personal challenge. I think what I'm going to try and do, or what I'm trying to do, is I'm trying to, I guess, use this account to learn to hold trades longer. And I think I've done all right, to be honest. Some of the things that you guys have seen me do, holding on to, a few of these trades, you've seen that I take my 20 pips here and there and whatever else. But some of these, sort of 50 pip trades on pound Japanese yen, or, the euro trade that I did yesterday, for 30 pips. I've held on to some of these trades a lot longer than I would normally hold on to them. So, it's working. I think I think in some respects the accountability, is doing wonders for my challenge, and it's doing wonders for me personally as a trader, because I'm getting better as a trader. So I kind of thought about all of this when I went into this challenge. I've got no issues, in terms of me blowing the account, for example. I wouldn't shy away. I'd show you that as well. I've got no, how can I say? I'm not embarrassed. I'm not like, I don't want to sound rude by saying I don't care. I've got no interest in what anybody has to say, but I really don't. In terms of me, my performance, I know what I make on my main account, and I know as a trader, I'm a good trader. And I don't feel that doing this challenge, should ever be a reflection on me personally as a trader. People who know me personally, they've even told me, why are you doing this? And I just think it's a bit of fun. And mainly because people keep saying you can't do it, and I think it's just, everything's doable, man. Everything's doable. And the other thing, probably the main reason why I'm doing this challenge above all else, is because for the last couple of years, 3 years maybe, I'd say, yeah, the last sort of 3 years, mainly on Twitter, there's so many people, man. So many people have said, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to, I know there's plenty of people that don't say these things, but there's a lot of people that go out there and they say, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to, beat everybody, or I'm going to show this, or I'm going to have a live FX book thing, and so on. And then it just never materializes, and it just pissed me off. It pissed me off to the point where I was just like, do you know what? What is the big fucking deal? Like, seriously, does it matter? Let's say that you're a trader and you're making serious money and you don't want anybody to know that. Fine. You don't have to go and broadcast your trading results to everybody. That's not what we're talking about. Get yourself some random avatar. Make up a name. Get yourself on Twitter. And just get a small account like I'm doing, or £1,000 or whatever it is that you want to start with, and then just show everybody. Do you know what I mean? Don't do it, under the guise of putting out bait to draw people in, and then going further down the line and never, nothing ever materializing. And it's not just one person. There's so many people have done this over the years. Loads and loads and loads of people have done this over the years. So I just thought, you know what? Bollocks to it. Who cares? It's just a fucking challenge. I mean, at the end of the day, so what? If I blow the account, it is what it is. It's not the end of the world. It doesn't change my analysis. It doesn't change me as a person. It doesn't change the fact that I'm a great trader. I believe in myself as a trader. I've been trading since I was fucking 16 years old. And that has absolutely this has absolutely no bearing or reflection on me as a trader at all. It just means that I'm willing to put myself out there in a way that nobody else has done so far. And who knows, man? Maybe people will watch this video and think, oh, I'll show you, and maybe come along. It's not a competition for me. Just, if you're going to say something, just back it up. Just back it up. Back it up. You can see, guys, I haven't hidden a single trade on this account. Nothing. You know, when I do the review videos, I don't always go through all my trades because sometimes I've done like 50 flipping trades. Do you know what I mean? In and out, in and out, in and out. You know, or maybe 20 or 30 trades, I think, you know, is the most. I can't be bothered to stick all that on the chart and start grinding through every single trade. I'll be there forever. You know, but it's all there. It's all here. It's all available on the MyFX book. And if I just refresh this, actually, I think it should just go back to the main one. Yeah, it's all here. You can see the drawdown. You know, you can see the head and shoulders. It looks like a cup and handle, actually. Left shoulder, sir. Right shoulder, sir. You know, you can see all of this. You can see 154 trades. It's all in the trade history. I've got nothing to hide. There's no issue. There's no problem. You know, but ego. That's the biggest problem in this industry. Ego and pride. People don't want their ego hurting. People don't want their pride hurting. You know, and unfortunately, and it saddens me to say this, there are people out there who don't want to do this and don't want to show some results in some respects, because in doing so, it's going to affect their bottom line. It's going to affect money that they make, you know, outside of trading, you know, in terms of, you know, signal services or services that they provide, education services or whatever you want to call it, you know, and that's sad. That makes me very, very sad, you know, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that it's like that, you know, because I was duped years and years and years ago. You know, I had many, many occasions where, you know, I would be lured into, you know, a trading room or a trading service or a signal service, you know, and you're paying hundreds of dollars a month. Because it's not like it is now, where you can pay 50 quid or 60 quid. You know, back then it was like $250, $500, you know, for some signal services, you know, and we just got fucking raped, really. You know what I mean? You know, so I've been through that personally. I know what that's like. You know, to be part of something that isn't really going anywhere, and you're just bleeding money. And not only are you bleeding money on a monthly basis, which is, you know, like it becomes almost like a flipping business expense and overhead. You know, you end up bleeding money through your account as well, because the service and the signals are shit anyway. So, like I said, I'm at the point in my trading where I don't care. I'm putting myself out there. I've made myself accountable to every single person that is watching this, and I hope as time goes by, you know, more people join the you know, the Telegram room. The link's below. You know, and I think more people. Well, I hope more people subscribe to the YouTube channel. You know, so it becomes more aware that there's this guy, calls himself LSP. You know, he's put himself out there, and he's got a live MyFX book link. Never changed, not once. Every single trade is tracked and logged, whether it's a loss, whether it's a break even, or whether it's a win. You know. And I hope that I'm going to, you know, inspire people to do the same, I guess. Do the same. All right, guys, so we'll leave it at that. And I will catch up with you guys in the next video. It's probably going to be NFP. I might just do a live video during NFP, just kind of study some price action, see what happens, which would be today at 1:30 GMT. All right, guys, so take care, and I will speak to you soon.